Meet Gemini Omni, one model, every input. Today we'll explore Gemini Omni, Google's new model that turns anything you give it into video. By the end of this video, you will know what Omni can do, how to clone yourself with it, where to use it, and how to create your own cinematic shot in Google Flow. Start from what you have, an image, a clip, a sound, or a sentence. Reference anything. Blend any combination of inputs into one coherent shot. Apply styles, motion, or effects just by describing them. Transform the world around you. Mirrors that ripple, rooms that sing. Or take a moment and reimagine what happens next. Direct each shot through conversation, frame by frame, until it's exactly right. Omni understands how the world moves, chain reactions, momentum, weight. This grasp of physics and causality is what makes Omni feel real, not generated, and what it knows it can illustrate.
Proteins start
Even the
as chains
hardest
of amino
ideas
acids.
brought to
They
life
fold
with
into
clay,
patterns like the
paint,
alpha helix,
and light.
and flat sections called beta.
Available today in the Gemini app, Google Flow, and YouTube Shorts. Up next in this video, we'll open Google Flow and turn a Claude prompt document into a cinematic shot of our own. The first thing we want to do is create an avatar. An avatar is basically a digital version of you. Once you've made one, you can drop yourself into almost any video you can imagine. Here's how to set it up. Open the Google Gemini app on your phone. Look at the chat box at the bottom of the screen and tap the plus icon. When you tap it, a menu opens up, and right at the top, you'll see an option called Avatar. Tap on Avatar and Gemini will walk you through the setup. Once the process is finished, Gemini assigns you an avatar ID. Okay, now let's move over to Google Flow, which is where the real movie making happens. But before we open it, I want to talk about the single most important thing in this entire workflow, the prompt document. If you take just one thing away from this video, let it be this. A prompt document is a detailed plan that holds every single prompt you'll need for your film. The character, the wardrobe, the locations, the props, the visual style, the keyframes, and the video prompts for each scene. Everything lives in one place. Think of it as your single source of truth. Instead of making things up as you go and getting messy, inconsistent results, you build this document once. Then you simply copy and paste from it into Google Flow, step by step. This is the secret to getting a film that actually looks consistent from the very first shot to the very last. Trust me on this one, do not skip this step. So how do we actually create this prompt document? In this demo, I'm using Claude, but I want to be clear, you can use any AI model you like for this part. The workflow is exactly the same. Here's what you do. Take the script for your short film and attach it to the AI. Then give it a prompt that asks it to turn that script into a structured plan. The prompt I use sounds something like this. Understand the attached script, break it into 4 scenes, and create a prompt document that includes the following: a character prompt with wardrobe, the environment and location, the props used in the scenes, a style reference, the anchor visuals or keyframes for each scene written for Google's Nano Banana Pro image model, and finally the motion and video prompts for the Gemini Omni model, one for every scene. Give it a moment and the AI hands you back a complete organized prompt document, every scene broken down, every element described. This is now your blueprint for the entire film. And with that in hand, we are finally ready to open Google Flow. Let's head into the Google Flow app. The first thing you'll do is start a new project. Give it a name and you land in the main workspace. Let me give you a quick tour so nothing feels confusing. Look over at the left side panel. This is your home base and it has a few key sections. First, there's All Media. This is where every image and every video you generate gets stored. Think of it as your project's library, the shelf where all your assets live. Next, there's characters. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's where you create and manage the characters for your project. And then there's scenes. As the name suggests, this holds all the individual scenes that make up your film. So already you can see how flow is organized. Media, characters, and scenes all neatly separated. Now alongside those sections you'll find tools. Tools is a collection of ready-made mini features and each one does a specific job for you. Let me give you a couple of examples so you get the idea. There's one called Simple Sketch. You give it a rough drawing, even a messy one, and it turns that sketch into a polished, stylized image. There's another one called Shot Explorer. This one takes a single scene and shows it to you from multiple camera angles. Great for finding the most cinematic shot without redoing all your work. And those are just two of them. There are several more tools tucked in here and I genuinely encourage you to open them up one by one and play around. You'll discover some really useful tricks. Alright, let's look at the chat window. It's at the bottom of the screen and this is where you'll spend most of your time. This is where you type your prompts, the actual instructions for what you want Flow to generate. Right around that chat window, you'll find your settings. You can choose the model you want to use depending on whether you're making an image or a video. You can set the aspect ratio, so widescreen for YouTube or vertical for shorts and reels. And you can pick the number of generations, which is just how many versions you want it to create at once. Generating images does not cost you any credits at all. That's free, so you can experiment as much as you want. Video is where the credits come in. An 8-second video clip with the Gemini Omni model costs roughly 25 credits per video. So, with images, experiment freely. With video, just be a little more intentional. There's one more option I want to point out before we start building, and that's the agent. If you select agent, you can simply describe your idea to it in plain language and it will go off and do most of the work for you. It's a more hands-off automatic approach. Now, I'll be honest with you. In my own experience, I got noticeably better results using the prompt document workflow, the one we just built together. The agent is convenient, but the prompt document gives you more control and more consistency. So here's my advice. Use the agent when your project is simple and you just want something quick. But when your project is more complex and you care about the details, go with the prompt document workflow. And that's the one we are using today. Okay, enough touring. Let's actually build something. We'll start with the character because the character is the heart of the film. Go back to your prompt document, find the character prompt and copy it. Then paste it straight into the chat window in Flow and generate. Once your character is created, you can give it a character description and you can even choose an audio voice for it. And just like that, your character is ready to act. That's the first piece of your film locked in. Now let's head back to all media because we need the rest of our building blocks. This is where that prompt document really pays off. One by one, copy the remaining prompts and paste them in. Generate your environment, the locations where your story takes place. Generate your props, the objects your character will interact with, and generate your style reference, the consistent visual look that ties the whole film together. With your character, environment, props, and style all ready, it's time to create your anchor visuals. You might also hear these called keyframes. A keyframe is basically a still image that captures the exact look of a scene at a key moment. It's the target that your video is going to bring to life. You'll create these one scene at a time using the keyframe prompts from your document. And here's a really useful trick. When you're writing a keyframe prompt, you can use the @ symbol to pull in your existing elements as references. So you type the @ symbol and then select your character or your location or your prop, and Flow attaches that image right into the prompt. This is how you keep everything consistent. Your character looks like your character in every single shot because you're literally referencing the same image every time. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, turning those still keyframes into actual moving video. Once all your elements and keyframes are generated, here's the process for each scene. Take the video prompt from your prompt document and paste it into the chat window. Then attach all the elements that scene needs, your character, your keyframe, your props, all of it. Next, check your settings. Switch the mode over to video. Make sure your ingredients, which is just the term for all those attached elements, are set correctly. Double check your aspect ratio so it matches your project and confirm the number of generations. When everything looks right, hit generate. Flow goes to work and out comes your scene as a finished video clip. And that's the whole loop. You just repeat that same process for every scene in your film. Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, Scene 4. Before you know it, all of your scenes are done. At this point, you've got all your scenes generated. So how do you turn a pile of clips into a finished film? You've got two options. Option 1, download all the clips and take them into a proper video editing program. There, you can add background music, layer in sound design, fine-tune the timing, and really polish the whole thing. This gives you the most control over the final result. Option 2, the quicker route. You can simply combine all your scenes right inside the Flow app. Just attach the scenes together in order and Flow stitches them into one continuous video. Less control, but much faster and perfect for when you just want to get something done. And that, my friends, is a full walkthrough of the new Google Gemini Omni workflow inside Google Flow. If this felt like a lot, don't worry. The best way to learn is to just open these tools and try it for yourself. Start small, maybe a single scene, and build up from there. If you found this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. I've got a whole series of beginner-friendly, step-by-step AI tutorials coming your way in the next few days, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Drop any questions you have down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy creating!